Bingo! All right, we got to go. I only got 10 minutes, and it's not a lot of time. These are the slides that we're finishing. You have to watch this video, fill in the blanks. We're going to have a quiz on this in the future. So, got to have these notes down. And depending upon which class you were in on Monday, we basically ended with the cast. Here you see the levels of the cast, the definition of the cast, and the rules of the cast. Now, remember, you can pause this at any time. So I'm going to go fast, and you pause it if you need to so you can get the stuff filled in and then go to the next slide because we got to move it. I only got 10 minutes. Here's social organization. Remember, it's the elements of culture that we're going to focus on, and social organization is it helps people work together to meet their basic needs. And the woman is very important to the family. Unfortunately, in traditional India, they have very few rights. And you can see here that they obey the man. They're forbidden to remarry. If they're a widow, it's somehow their fault. Here you can see on this slide, the widows are off to the side. Nobody wants anything to do with them. They're unlucky. Why? Because, well, it's their fault. The attitude is, well, if your husband died, there must be something wrong with you. And that attitude has really led to just a severe mistreatment of these ladies. And it's also led to what is called ritual suicide, where the husband's body, when it's being cremated on the big logs of fire, the woman is now expected to jump in to the flames to join her husband in death, the widow. I asked Tushar, the guy I know that was born in India and still spent some time in India. I said, is this still going on? And he said, yeah, in some of the villages, you can still see that happening. Not the big cities, but that traditional life is still happening in the rural village area. Customs and traditions, rules of behavior. 95% of marriages are arranged. So the mother and the father will choose. It's usually the mother and father of the groom. Okay. So here his parents would choose her for him. That's how it typically works. Traditionally very young, they'd get married, the girls, but not so much anymore today. And the ceremonies would last several days. It's huge. Indian weddings are huge. All right, there's a commercial we don't need to worry about. Here's Tushar, by the way. Okay, this is the guy I know. Why I know him is because he married my wife's friend. He went to college in the United States and met her. Now, look at this. Here's Tushar's mother. Here's his father. He came around. They actually had chosen a Hindu girl for him to marry. And he's like, no, he broke tradition. He's like, I want to marry the girl I met in America. They weren't happy about it. Now, he came around. Look at her face. She did not come around yet. I don't know. Keep it moving. Dowry. This is one of the reasons why the boys are preferred. Okay, we're going to talk about that. But there you see, just like in America, there's a gift exchange. Usually the man would buy the woman the diamond ring. Well, in this case, the woman and her family will have to pay a gift. Usually it's money, but something that's usually expensive. It could be animals. But they give the gift to the groom. So it's just the opposite. In America, we got a gift exchange, the diamond ring. In this case, the dowry, the bride pays the money to the groom. It's her family. That's why a lot of families don't want many daughters. That'd be too expensive for them. And it leads to this. Now, they say it's outlawed, but it's still happening. Okay. Here it is, lost generation. And the lost girls, of course, leads to this explanation of, okay, boys are preferred. Now, why? The next slide's going to talk about that. Before we get to that, though, just check this out. The ultrasounds, no longer allowed, but still it's happening because women want to know, do I have a boy or a girl in my stomach? If they have a girl, they typically are going to abort it, or they'll let it be born and then abandon it and let it die from exposure. Or, fortunately, some of these girls are adopted. So aborted, abandoned, adopted, the three A's. But again, boys are preferred. The expensive dowry is one of the explanations. Here's more explanations. So you can check that out. You can pause it. Got to keep it moving. Look at a number differential. I mean, by 2031, guys are going to totally outnumber girls because of this practice. And the lost generation, all these girls that don't have a chance to live, there's going to be a lot of guys looking to marry a girl, and there's not going to be any girls, which could lead to all kinds of social problems, kidnapping, prostitution, the list goes on and on. All right, check out the Bindi. You can pause this if you need to, that third eye. You see that often on women. You can also find it on men. If the woman's husband dies, becomes a widow, she's supposed to wipe it off. That's the commercial. Government, monarchy, empires, dynasty, check it out. That was their history. No longer are they part of that. They are now a democracy. We'll get to that a little later. Here's the Taj Mahal, built by the Mughal Empire. Akbar the Great built it for his wife, one of his favorite wives. So it's a mausoleum, a tomb. Agra, India. Now, democracy, ruled by the people. Largest in the world, India. There are over 1 billion people. So a lot of people. There's the flag. Check it out. Pause if you need to. Economics, traditionally, okay, that's what they did. You can see 60% of Indians still today live off the land. So it is starting to modernize and industrialize. But again, still 6 out of 10 living off the land. There's the cow we talked about, no beef on the McDonald's menu. And it's because of the story of Krishna. Krishna was a god that was a cow herder. So therefore, they now believe cows are holy. And it also does a lot of things. You can check this out on the slide. Pause it if you need to. Go. India today is the 3rd largest economy. So they have definitely found their niche, and they are now predicted by many experts to be the fastest growing economy in 2018. So they got a lot of things going for them. Sports, arts, and literature. There you see the popular sport is cricket, and field hockey is the national sport. The next slide looks at religion, and you can see all the ones in red are born in India. In other words, they were started in India, all of them. Okay, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism. But you'll also find Christianity and Islam. Off to the right in black, you see those religions. 13% doesn't look like a lot, but 13% when you have over 1 billion people is a lot of Muslims that live in India. We're going to talk about the Hindu-Muslim problem later. Okay, they don't get along. There's the Vedas, the holy book, arts and literature. So you can pause that if you need to. Go. Religion, reincarnation. There you see a very significant idea. And this goes back to the caste system. You know, they believe that in their next life, when they're reborn into another life form, they're hoping to get promoted, go up to another level caste, a higher one, or you could get demoted if you did some really nasty things in the current life. You get, of course, punished in the next life. So that's the idea of reincarnation. Keep it moving. There's the idea of karma. Karma is to do. So every Hindu wants good karma. Okay. In other words, they want to be rewarded in the next life. Everything they do in this current life will not impact them. You know, like in America, we always say, you know, something's going to come around, you know, what goes around comes around, it's going to nail you. Well, that's a misinterpretation of what the word actually is. Karma is from this Hindu idea that you're going to be affected in your next life. So something to keep in mind. And if you get promoted, let's check this out. If you follow Dharma, the rules of your caste, then you'll get good karma. So if you do good things and follow what you're supposed to do, good karma, you get promoted. You go up the ladder. If you don't follow your Dharma and you break all the rules and you're a nasty person, you do all kinds of bad things, they believe in your next life, you're going to get demoted. And that's, of course, for a lot of Hindus, a very important thing, which helps explain why they do what they do. They're trying to follow the rules of their caste. There you have it. That's it. That was under 10 minutes. All you need to worry about, take care of those notes, and the quiz will be happening later. All right, over and out.